1-0, starting off the season. We put up a nice 34 points. Unfortunately, gave up 32. I'm not really a big fan of that. We'll briefly get into the defense side. My reaction episode. What was it, like Monday afternoon? But Aaron Rodgers looked pretty nice. I'm liking the passing game.
Hey, he's looking smooth.
Look methodical, look a little smooth. He didn't look too smooth navigating the pocket, but
not that, but at least with the throw, and he looked pretty good. But as we'll get a little bit into the whole Rodgers, pocket thing in a little bit, but
yeah. So starting off, obviously, Steelers win 34-32. We'll have our quick thoughts on the game. I thought that it definitely went worse than I would have thought. It was a little bit of give and take. I didn't expect to score that much, but I also didn't expect to get scored on that much.
I can agree as well.
Run defense didn't show any improvement.
Yeah, they looked terrible.
Keanu Benton, I'm not sure if he's a good nose tackle just based off size.
He's too slender, man. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna get into this again later. I have this in my notes right here, but there's a lot. I was watching a game in some like restaurant downtown, not downtown, but in the Strip. It was a rough watch, but just glad they came out with the W. And that game showed that I think Chris Boswell deserved a little bit more money than Cam, who couldn't feed his family. So
Cam Hayward looked rough. I'm assuming he'll bounce back just because he hasn't practiced that much. Boswell, best kicker in the league.
Money.
Yes, freaking. I was worried, but
I wasn't worried.
I wasn't, so it was weird. That's my kicker on fantasy. So
I'm not gonna lie with you. I think if he would have kicked that from 70 yards, still would have won it.
Oh yeah.
Didn't Aubrey have one 70 yards last year?
Something like that. He had a little extra sauce on that one. It was pretty nice. But no, the main takeaways from the game is Rodgers can definitely pull it off still.
Oh yeah,
that's for sure. And there's still work to be done with defense and offensive line.
100%. I think
Ramsey was good. I won't forget that.
Ramsey's a Steeler. I love him. I love Jalen Ramsey already, but I can agree with you. The trenches looked rough both sides of the ball yesterday. Well, not yesterday. Sunday. It was rough, and it was a rough watch. I mean, the pocket was collapsing. Rodgers couldn't stay up. And what I said last week, if this team wants to have success, you got to keep Rodgers upright. You can't have him on the ground. And he's getting older. I don't think he could take too many hits like that. So they got to protect him, and they got to protect our end zone. So interesting.
A lot of those sacks, Broderick had 3. I think there was a total of 4. I thought some of Broderick's were obviously he let up 3 sacks. So obviously he didn't play good enough. I don't think he was absolutely horrible. He was pretty bad, but
he admitted that he had a poor performance.
Exactly, yeah. That first sack, the first play of the game where it was play action. I called that one, I guess, or I was predicting it that it'd be good, but I guess it didn't work out. I mean, if I predict it, I guess it can't be that good an idea.
Speaking of that play action,
I'm not a pro coach.
Play action looked nice though. Well, I think Rodgers was
Ben
7-9.
Ben Skoranek and the Calvin Austin tutty.
I ain't gonna lie with you, Ben Skoranek, he might be one of my favorite guys. Now I don't know. There's just something about him. I think I might buy a Skoranek jersey just at that.
What, the hard-working first guy in,
dude,
last guy out, lunch pail, hard-working.
I love it.
Now, a big thing that's being talked about as well is the Roman Wilson. No targets, no touches.
Carter, I'm gonna keep it.
Snaps.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't think he exists. I don't.
He was there he had a few snaps.
I don't think he exists. I didn't see him on the field once.
The one play, it was at the end of the game. It was third, or it was second down, and they tried to get that screen route to Calvin, and Roman Wilson didn't block it well. They just both didn't execute it that well. But I'm curious of what kind of PT he'll get.
Yeah.
Cole Holcomb didn't get any snaps. He probably will not because Malik Harrison's on IR. We'll see how that goes. But overall, just I want to see some more Darnell in there too.
I don't hate how the offense is. I'm not even
gonna
lie. I don't. Okay. The whole Tyreek Hill thing is going on. Steelers, Tyreek Hill. I don't think we need Tyreek. I ain't gonna even lie with you. I think we're fine. I think the Steelers are fine how they are.
I think it's got to be in order to get Tyreek, it's got to be like we get him for absolute like pennies on the dollar.
Like
it's
a
like you trade
pick.
a 5th round pick for him, they take up a chunk of his salary, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then I'd be fine with Tyreek, but also right now he's got some domestic violence
I saw
accusations, so
which we Steelers do not need.
Steelers don't want to touch that. Dude seeming like AB in the making because he has like
He probably has CT already.
several children and
I think he has 14 kids.
Tyreek.
I think he does.
Lord, I thought it was like 8. But no, Tyreek has many kids. He's had many altercations with women in the past. So, obviously a questionable person off the field, but obviously he can make plays on the field. It's just, is this team Super Bowl caliber right now? I think if a deal like that gets done, it's going to happen around the trade deadline.
Yeah, but it also depends. Like,
I think
road,
I was listening to the radio on the way to school today, and they were saying you can't just think of it as we don't need Tyreek, but the other team that's in the rumored to be in the bidding for him is the Chiefs. And if you let the Chiefs get him, how does that disrupt the hierarchy of the Steelers getting a chance to win? So it's like if it gets to a point where it's like we got to take him on just so the Chiefs don't get him. You know what I mean?
And now that you know what it's like, makes more sense.
You know what it's like with Mahomes and Hill. They can win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that team. I don't know. Don't give Mahomes any weapons. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Definitely, if it gets to a point where it's like, the Chiefs are about to pull the trigger, I think the Steelers might want to slide in there just to like hold them up.
Which would probably be the smart thing to do.
It's overall, it's not going to hurt you because you have a bunch of picks coming in.
Yeah.
The only way it's going to hurt you is if he gets suspended. But it's like if you give him a 5th round pick, it's like whatever.
Yeah, it's a 5th, and we got 10 picks to work with this year anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I think some stuff can happen. Which I would like to see the Steelers do a little bit more, being aggressive around the trade deadline. I know the NFL trade deadline isn't as big as other sports like the MLB or NHL, but
yeah,
I would like to see them be a little bit aggressive at the deadline, just to get somebody depending on how the season's going at that point.
Yeah,
so should be interesting. When's the deadline this year? Is it?
It's like week 8 or week 9.
Let's see, trade deadline.
Obviously speaking of acquisitions, we signed Jabril Peppers
November 4th, so that's
November 4th.
Around that time, yeah.
But we signed Jabril Peppers a few days ago. I don't know how much he's going to play this week just because he's new for the system. I do think that's a pretty good signing. He's been one of the better safeties in the league for the past, 4 or so seasons. He got cut from the Patriots, I'm assuming just because they want to establish a new kind of identity there with the new head coach.
Hey, I like the pickup though. Kind of filling that hole at safety, especially with Elliott going down with an injury.
Yeah, and once Elliott's back, you got 3 definitely capable guys with Peppers, Elliott, and Thornhill.
But the thing is, that secondary is going to be a little thin this week, which is going to scare me.
Don't worry, they activated James Pierre to the 53-man roster.
When I saw that the other day, I think I croaked inside.
Special teams ace, man.
Dude, I don't even care if I'd rather see Kenny Gainwell out there on special teams than freaking James Pierre.
Kenny Gainwell, quick shout out. That I actually modded my George Pickens jersey. It says Gainwell on the back now.
Sick.
You already know.
That's
forced fumble on that kickoff made that guy lose his job. And then
Gibson,
he has like a decent size. He honestly might have got almost more snaps than Jalen Warren.
I think
is pretty
in the
crazy.
beginning of the game he did, but I think towards the end Jalen started getting those reps.
Which I'm curious what the headspace is behind that, because I feel like they offer similar stuff.
Honestly, I don't think Kenny Gainwell's bad.
Mm-mm.
Like when I've heard from Eagles, and he's not bad, but he lived in the shadows of Saquon, so
exactly.
that stuff's gonna get overshadowed. So I think that
I don't
Tomlin
think he's
and
bad.
Smith have seen some stuff that probably say, hey, this guy's got some.
This guy's got some
edge
stuff
to him.
Yeah,
But,
I was gonna say they got 3. I think they have 3 pretty good running backs, especially with Warren.
Yeah, but I don't know.
We're just gonna see a Caleb Johnson breakout.
At least with Johnson, I think I don't know what's up with that. I think they're gonna try to utilize him as a kind of special teamer until Tomlin fits he's ready to be in the offense. But
yeah, it's going to take time to adjust because reading holes in the NFL, it's a lot quicker.
Different, yep.
But yeah, with acquiring 2 more people in the 53-man roster, the Steelers put Skylar Thompson and Malik Harrison on IR, and then they signed Logan Woodside to the practice squad, so he'll be the emergency QB.
Look, I'd rather go out there and play emergency QB than Woodside. I was at the preseason game, and he looked terrible.
Yep. he did look bad. Maybe
Bring back
they'll run
Duck.
Wildcat before they.
Not
Duck's
gonna lie.
retired.
Hey, a Steelers Wildcat would not I would not hate that. I would not hate that.
Oh, they got the running backs for it.
Hey,
depends if
look,
they can throw the ball.
throw John Smith in there. Get some.
Yeah.
Hey, John Smith had a nice little
that
touchdown. Yeah,
Mhm.
I like seeing getting him. In the
I'd
offense.
say the only tight end that wasn't involved really was Darnell.
Which I hope we don't see him, lose kind of production with there being two tight ends above him. But I don't know. He should be our secret weapon. But I personally think that Darnell probably will come around. He might be good for 2-3 touchdowns this year.
He might be the Broderick Jones nice safety blanket there on that left side.
Yeah,
which I think might be pretty useful.
He needs it.
But yeah, we're gonna get into the Seahawks game. Obviously, we're playing the Seahawks at home opener. They lost to the Niners last minute, pretty much.
Which I'm not surprised. That's the Niners.
Brock Purdy clutched it out. Niners are in a little bit of injury trouble there.
It's week 1, and George Kittle's I think is already on IR. It's a little bit ridiculous, but I don't know.
But we're looking at availabilities of players. So as of right now, Deshaun Elliott and Derek Harmon are out.
Yeah,
It's pretty clear.
just don't rush him back.
JPJ hasn't practiced yet this week. He had an hamstring tweak last game. I'm assuming he'll be back. He's just resting. And then the Seahawks, I'm pretty sure they just have Nick Emanwar. He's out. The
Safety.
rookie safety. So
I saw that's a huge hit for that secondary, but at the same
I think
time,
that secondary is already good enough where it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter that much.
which kind of scares me though. But at the same time, I think it'll be a decent game.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we keep the running backs contained, I'll be fine.
It's just the main strengths of their defense are D-backs and interior D-line. If you can get a push on that interior O-line, which is probably the strongest point,
yeah.
center and right guard is probably the strongest part of the Steelers O-line.
Hey,
if you can get
Zach
that push in the run
Frazier,
game,
man, he's a dog.
just don't run behind Broderick and Seumalo. I think you're going to be pretty good.
Yeah. Honestly, I was just thinking about this, but this never would happen. But imagine they just moved Broderick to guard. Imagine Broderick Jones as a
Who
guard.
are we going to put a tackle?
Me, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I was just thinking imagine if they did make that switch and then drafted a guy next year. There's always a possibility, but I don't think that would happen.
Yeah, it's we're hoping for the best for Broderick, but it's not looking the best. McCormick supposedly had the best game out of all the linemen.
I saw that. I think on PFF.
I didn't even look at PFF. I just
PFF
went
gave
off.
Rodgers a crappy
Word of
rating
mouth.
too.
Yeah, they said he had no big time throws. But the reason there were no big time, I think it's throws over 30 yards. The reason there was no big time throws is the Jets kept sending the house, and
Yeah,
obviously the O-line was struggling, so it's we don't have time for that. And they beat him in the quick game, so
Yeah, that's true.
that's what you do a blitz. You replace the pressure with short routes. Bang. DK looked pretty good making guys move.
Yo, DK, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you thought this, but DK looked faster and he looks a little bit slimmer too.
Yeah, he hit out of week 1. He hit one of the top speeds. I mean,
Yeah.
that one he looked like he was moving pretty good. I thought he was going to score a touchdown, but just the ankles.
Yeah, he was.
The angles weren't
out.
at the right spot. But no, looking at this game, changes need to be made. I mostly just think it's going to be O-line, mostly just from Broderick, honestly. Yeah. O-line success rate with blocks and setting a pocket. And fortunately, I don't think their edge rushers are very, top notch. So I think it's going to be a little bit of an easier game for our guys. Because the Jets, no one really talks about it. The Jets have 2 first-round picks coming off the edge.
Yeah, they got a sneaky good. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think the Jets can do all right this year.
The Jets were a top 10 defense last year as well.
Yeah.
So it's Steelers scored 34 on them without running the ball. What's going to happen once they are actually able to get this run going? Which I think they might be able to open the run up with how successful the pass game was last week.
Honestly, they got Leonard Williams and Mike Morris, and then they have DeMarcus Lawrence, Derek Hall.
They have the interior D lineman from Texas.
Jaron Reed?
No, he's a second.
Byron Murphy?
Byron Murphy. Yep.
Okay. Hold up.
But yeah, I don't think the Seahawks edge guys are anything crazy. DeMarcus Lawrence, what's he done in 5 years?
Hey, I can't wait to see Kobe Bryant play.
Mafe.
Yeah, Boye Mafe. And then they have I can't pronounce his name. It's Uchenna Nwasu or something.
Uchenna Nwosu.
Yeah.
He might alternate between edge and sub linebacker.
Yeah,
a
but
little
I'm
bit.
not gonna lie. Now that I'm just looking at their secondary, they low key have a they got some depth, at least in the secondary. They got a good guy.
That's probably the strength of their team.
Even with the safeties,
We haven't even talked about their offense yet.
honestly. Oh, great! I forgot they drafted Gray Zabel
On the interior, yeah.
left guard. He's starter too.
But we'll briefly wrap up the changes for the game. I think, obviously, a big change that can be made is put Y.A. Black at nose and shift over Keanu Benton.
I have that written down. I have one more thing to add on to the Yaya Black thing. Finish your thought. But
Well,
I have
that's all
something to
I
add.
said is,
Okay.
Y.A. Black's definitely more bigger and, harder to move if you stick him at nose.
Yeah.
Keanu Benton's a little too small for there, and he's definitely better in the pass rush. So.
Yeah. Well, I was reading an article. I think it was earlier today, like during a class, and they were talking about how like Terrell Austin he kind of wants to move Yaya Black around the defensive line because they said he's pretty versatile. He can play defensive end, D tackle, nose tackle if needed. So I think if you can use him a little bit more, try to utilize him when you can. Go ahead.
Well, it's like they're trying to prep the line for whenever Harmon comes back.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he's going to be wherever we have those rotating guys in. At this point, just if you can get to the point where you don't have to play Cam Hayward every snap, because he's probably not going to be able to because he's so old.
He's
If you can start that, next wave of the Steelers O line with you got Y.A. Black at nose tackle and then Harmon and Keanu Benton on the sides.
Benton
of
almost had
him,
a pick. He almost had a
He
pick
did,
too.
yeah.
I was
like, oh, why is he all the way back there? He's getting drove back to the freaking next century. Last note, get Isaiah Loudermilk off the field. Okay. I don't like Isaiah Loudermilk. I don't think he's very good.
He is.
He just seems like he's a body out there.
He is buns. I don't know. I've never been a fan of Loudermilk.
I'd rather just play Y.A. Black.
Me too.
Instead of him at this point.
They've been playing him in the 4 technique too on that line. So it's
Y.A.
Yeah, it's interesting. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't even know how Loudermilk earned another contract.
Because
but
Terrell Austin's.
does he like him?
I don't know.
It's his second cousin. I don't know. I'm just making that up. But hopes and predictions. Hopes. What's a Steeler hope? Successful running of the ball and stop the run. Bingo.
Honestly, there's nothing else I can really say because that's really
the
our
hopes.
only thing,
That's the hopes.
What else do I hope? I hope that Aaron Rodgers stays upright.
Yeah.
So that's all I hope. We need to keep Aaron Rodgers upright and in good health.
I'm not entirely scared of the Seahawks defense. Offense. We haven't mentioned.
Yeah.
Haven't mentioned Sam Darnold.
Cooper Kupp got shut down.
Sam Darnold looked okay. And the person that's in my opinion,
JSN.
good is JSN.
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker's decent. He
Zach
didn't
Charbonnet.
really do much. Yeah. But yeah, I think the main guy to look out for is JSN, but it's we got Ramsey, we got Slay's getting old, but we have JPJ.
Honestly, besides maybe a few instances in that game, the secondary didn't look too bad. There was
just that Darius Slay.
That was really annoying.
And in my opinion, I was like, why are you putting him on their best receiver,
Though I like Garrett Wilson. He's nice. I like him.
Yeah, we'll see how he goes throughout the season because I don't think Fields is going to be able to keep it up, especially after putting all that on tape on week 1. I think teams are going to figure that out. I thought it was a pretty decent scheme by the Jets there.
I'm not even going to lie with you. The Steelers could have stopped Fields a few times.
Those third down passes that were barely getting through.
Yes.
Yeah. I talked about that on Monday.
That was frustrating. Having to see that every single
it gets just whips right by Wilson and Queen. Yeah, I heard that they didn't even play that well. Or I heard they didn't get graded well, and I also didn't notice them, which is good and bad at the same time.
So another note: Peyton Wilson had a stinker. He put up a stinker. Oh my god! Hopefully he bounces back this week.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was awful.
Yeah, we'll see. Predictions. I'm gonna go. I think this is gonna be a more contained game. I'm gonna go with 17-10.
Before I make my prediction up, my father just texted me. That was what the ding was. He was like, I didn't know the Steelers stacked themselves a squad. I'm like, Okay. Okay.
What is he, like a Commanders fan or something?
No, he's a Rams fan.
Rams fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my mom's a Niners fan, which makes no
Yeah.
sense. Whatever. But anyways, if I'm gonna go with my prediction this week, I'm going to go with. I went low scoring last week, so
You're going high.
I'm gonna go high this time. I'm gonna go 28-21.
28-21. Yeah, I said 17-10. Steelers win.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's the case. That they win. How about that?
Actually, matter of fact,
I'm sick of these heart attack games. That one was one. When freaking Ramsey made that pass breakup, shout out to him.
dude,
Jumped out of my seat, started clapping. You know?
that happened to me in the restaurant. Dude, I was dapping random people up, dude. It was crazy.
Where'd you watch it at?
Someplace in the strip. It was like Coupe de Ville. It's a nice little place. They have like an arcade, bar, coffee bar. It's a real nice brunch spot. So, yep.
I mean, yeah, that's the. I feel like most college kids don't have like cable or like a way to watch the game, so it's like that's probably the move.
Well, I have the like Xfinity streaming thing, so
I
got it. But I just went out because it's nice to get in out every once in a while. But
yeah, I like watching it with my dad and brother.
Okay, so I think the over under for the game is 40.5 points.
I think it'll be under.
Yeah, I mean,
4.5.
We'll see.
Everybody sort of took that over for the Jets one.
Dude, I probably would have won some decent cash, too.
Well, I had no idea it was going to get like that. So
Me neither. I was surprised. I was like, okay, Steelers put out the highest scoring game of the week.
Yeah. The one thing that alarms me with that game is the Jets, in my opinion, looked like JV Ravens. You know?
Yeah.
What's it going to be like when you play the actual varsity, Ravens?
I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of scared to play the Ravens this year.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling they're going to just do what they did in that
Derrick
playoff
Henry's
game.
better than Breece Hall, and Lamar Jackson's better than Justin Fields. What's going to happen when we play them?
Usually when Lamar plays the Steelers, he does terrible. So it's like...
So we'll see.
We'll see.
I think we have actual, knock on wood, a competent offense this year with a competent quarterback. Yeah, I do. I'm liking Rodgers. Let's hope he stays upright and ready to go. Okay. That's a prediction. Oh, we already kind of hinted on this. Our one question, and then we get to our hot take. What are the thoughts on Kenneth Gainwell's role in the Steelers' offense so far?
I think he's probably going to be the set RB2 at this moment.
Yeah.
Warren just got paid, so I'd assume he'd be RB1.
I mean, Kenneth was he started pretty much started the game off. Mostly as the dude.
I feel like they weren't using him right. I feel like they just kept force feeding him the ball, which amounted in him not getting anywhere. So I feel like if he gets schemed right, he can be like a secret weapon there. I
think the appeal to Smith is Gainwell was receiver and a running back in college. I think he was at Memphis or something like that.
I think it was Memphis.
But I saw him in that game, motioning around from moving a receiver and running back. So it's like you have more, formation flexibility with him in there. Whether if it's
Memphis Tigers, he was a 5th round pick by the Philadelphia Eagles.
So I think he's interesting. I'd like to see more Warren just because
I think paid.
Warren got paid. I think he has some pretty dang good, running vision.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I don't think Warren can take the whole workload. I'd like to see Caleb Johnson start cooking. I think it's funny how he was getting drafted in fantasy leagues, even though I kind of knew.
I drafted him just because I had a
hunch.
No, he was my last pick though. I picked him after my defense and special teams.
Yeah, if he starts playing, it's going to be later.
Mm-hmm. I think
someone would have to be. He'd have to show some giant flash, or someone would have to get injured or something.
But hey, I don't mind seeing him on special teams. Though it looks like he's got the speed for it. But
oh yeah,
should be interesting.
Well, I think he's got pretty good vision for kickoffs. I just hope he doesn't get injured on there.
Me too. Because those things could be a little.
We got our hot takes. Amir, start us off. I feel like you were hinting at something early in the episode, so we're gonna get you with the hot take. Stage first.
The thing I was hinting at, I already talked about a little bit, but this is my hot take's gonna regard Aaron Rodgers, and I think that as long as Aaron Rodgers is healthy and he stays upright this year, I think he will show shades of that 2021 MVP season. I feel like what Rodgers showed me in that game is that he still has it. that he still has, that drive. I watched the mic'd up, and when Boswell kicked that field goal, seeing him pumped up on the sidelines really made me feel like, hey, this guy might help us actually win a playoff game this year. So I feel like as long as Aaron Rodgers stays healthy and everything goes smooth, the Steelers can win a playoff game this year. That's my hot take.
Yeah. I like it. I like it.
It's possible, but at the same time, you got to take care of business beforehand, which is making sure your quarterback is good. Okay? That point-blank period, that's what has to happen. If not, fire everybody.
I think by the point where we get to the height of the season, I think Steelers are going to be regarded as one of the most well-balanced teams with offense and defense. Those power ranks come out each week. I think they're going to be consistently, top 8, top 5.
I mean, they're number 6 at the current moment. So,
I thought they were 16.
Really? I saw 6 somewhere.
I thought they were 16.
NFL power.
At least the NFL posted ones. They were 16.
I saw it somewhere. I might be incorrect, or I might have been fed wrong information, but I did see that.
But I feel like that's not like a hot take right now. My hot take right now is that Calvin Austin this week's going to show that he is solidified wide receiver 2.
Okay.
And I have some evidence to back that. Aaron Rodgers was talking about how he should have hit Calvin on some more throws. So it's like Calvin already balled out last game. If he's supposed to get targeted even more, dude's going to be nice. Because here's the thing with Calvin last year. He was one of the better separators in the league. But you got tunnel vision Fields and Midget Wilson out there.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on our quarterback room from last year.
But, yeah, I just think this team's overall set up better with a quarterback that can actually make reads. Aaron Rodgers, actually, I heard this today. He's the best quarterback rating of all time with a clean pocket.
Really?
Yep. And that might be a little bit of a challenge for this Steelers O-line. But we'll see if they can actually string it together. I have, small faith in Broderick Jones. I think it's mostly just mental with him. Honestly.
This is the thing.
Because he's big, he's athletic.
Mm-hmm.
His I know his feet can move. I just think it's his lack of focus.
This is the thing with Broderick. You always have that player on your team who you want to do good, but constantly does not do it. Underperforms. I want him to do good so bad. If Broderick has a breakout season, I will be the happiest Steelers fan of all time. I just want to see my guy succeed.
Breakout left tackle.
I just want to see my guy succeed.
Yeah, I do too.
But I think Broderick might come around this season. I mean, he's back at his regular position.
Here's what I'll say. I think he'll do better than Dan Moore will with the Titans. And guess who's getting paid more? Dan Moore.
Titans fans are tweaking. They were tweaking out on Sunday about Dan Moore just being terrible.
He's bad.
And he got paid, what, $85 million?
Yeah, he's getting he's not top 10 tackle money, but it's still more than he should get paid.
It's ridiculous.
My dude Dan Moore would come into my work and leave trash.
Seriously?
At the theater, yeah.
Dan Moore confirmed not a stand-up human. What a terrible guy.
Man, doesn't clean up after himself.
What about Najee?
Najee, I don't know. I don't know too much about Najee in there. I just know he asked if he made our day, and I thought that was interesting.
Do you know who a really cool guy I was able to talk to? Devlin Hodges.
Duck Hodges, yeah, you had the little interview.
And Jesse James. Jesse James was a cool guy to also talk to. But I don't know. Duck was a really down to earth guy.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he'd be one of those guys. Yeah, get away. Yeah, what are you doing? But he was cool.
I feel like he can't be one of those dudes because he's undrafted free agent. He's definitely got to be humble.
His fiance is Lainey Wilson, so I can't disrespect
the country singer.
Yeah.
But that is going to wrap it for this episode here.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's been a good one today. Good talks.
I was liking it. I had some good flow. Let's hope they can move on to 2-0.
Yes, sir.
We will see you next week. Have a good one.
Week.